There are some decisions you make in life that you can explain. Then there are the ones you spend years trying to understand. This is about one of mine. I was born in Chicago, Illinois, but I always considered Charleston, Mississippi my true home. I spent a portion of my life on the low end of Chicago, and that chapter of my life left its mark on me. It wasn't the only place I ever called home, but during that time, I learned a lot about life, ambition, temptation, and the consequences that can follow a person long after a decision is made. I was young, working hard, trying to build something better for myself. Long hours at my job, long nights at the studio. I was chasing music, chasing success, and chasing a version of myself I believed could rise above everything around me. I just didn't realize how much I would sacrifice along the way. I worked constantly. When I wasn't at my job, I was at the studio with my producer, Mugshot, a guy that I had met through my Uncle John. We spent countless hours making music, writing, recording, rewriting, and chasing that one song that might finally change everything. There was a sign hanging in the studio. No days off. I believed those words. Maybe too much. I convinced myself that every moment not spent with my family was necessary. Every missed family gathering was another step toward my dream. Every ignored phone call was because I was focused. Every canceled plan was because I was building a future. I told myself I was doing it for everybody. I told myself that one day, when I finally made it, they would understand. But somewhere along the way, I stopped noticing the people who were already standing beside me. Especially my baby's mother, LaShonda. Music became my excuse for everything. I gotta get to the studio. I need to finish this track. I'm trying to make something of myself. And eventually, the excuses became easier than admitting the truth. I was becoming obsessed with the dream. And while I was chasing it, I was neglecting the people I loved. There is a moment in my life that I replay sometimes. Me and my lil bro, Bear, cruising down 79th Street in a rented drop top. Back then, I used to rent nice cars all the time. I wanted to see how the other half lived. For a few hours, I could get behind the wheel of something I couldn't afford to own and pretend that I had already made it. That day, me and Bear were riding around, talking, enjoying the car, just taking everything in. We stopped at a light. While we were sitting there, Bear looked at me and said something I'll never forget. "I admire you, bro. You have your stuff together. I want that too." I didn't say anything. I just smiled. But inside, something hit me. Because he didn't know. He didn't know how far I was from having everything together. He didn't know the things I was thinking about. He didn't know the choices I was making. He saw the car. He saw his big brother. He saw somebody who looked like he was moving forward. But in the back of my mind, I was thinking, I'm not as together as you think. That moment stayed with me. Because sometimes people believe in the version of you that you are trying desperately to become. And sometimes they see the image you've worked so hard to create, while having no idea what's happening behind it. I wish I could say that moment made me change. It didn't. Not yet. Then I met Tommy. Tommy was a coworker. Tall, skinny, a little goofy looking. The kind of guy who could make you laugh without even trying. One day, we started talking about making money. He told me about an opportunity. Something quick. Something that was supposed to be easy. He said he could get me a pound of marijuana for cheap enough that I could flip it and make some money. I listened. I shouldn't have. But when you're hungry for a better life, sometimes an opportunity doesn't have to make sense. It just has to sound possible. So I put my money into it. And lost it. The marijuana had apparently been stored in a gas tank and became exposed to gasoline. By the time I realized what had happened, my money was gone. I was angry, embarrassed, and wondering how I had let myself get talked into it. But Tommy wasn't finished. While we were dealing with that situation, he told me about some people he knew who supposedly kept a large amount of money inside their house. $30,000. $30,000. That number stayed in my head. I started thinking about everything that kind of money could change. My music, my bills, my future, my life. And that's when an idea became a plan. I talked to my producer, Mugshot. I asked him if he wanted to be involved. He looked at me and basically told me he wanted no part of it. I'm good, bro. He walked away from it. He made the choice I should have made. I told my guy James about it, and he said, "Okay, I'm down." I should have walked away too. but I didn't. The plan was simple in my head. Pose as utility workers. Get inside. Get the money. Get out. $30,000. Easy. At least that's how I imagined it. Reality was different. The moment we entered that house, it wasn't a plan anymore. It was real. A woman was there. She was frightened. And suddenly, there was nothing glamorous about what I was doing. No music, no excitement, no feeling of success, just fear. I had crossed a line that couldn't simply be uncrossed. When it was over, I walked away with less than the $30,000 I had been told was there, not even close to that amount. But I also walked away carrying something I couldn't spend, something I couldn't return, something that stayed in the back of my mind. I still don't know what happened to that woman afterward. And sometimes, that's the part that bothers me the most. Because no matter how much time passes, I can't go back and change what happened. Then there was Jessica. Jessica came into my life during a time when I probably didn't deserve someone like her. She was a good person, a real friend. She saw something in me that I wasn't seeing in myself. She introduced me to a different kind of life, a better environment, a condo, an expense card, stability, support. She gave me opportunities one had never imagined having. But more importantly, she gave me something money couldn't buy. She gave me loyalty. She gave me patience. She believed in me. And I took her for granted. That's one of the hardest things for me to admit. Because sometimes we don't appreciate something while we're holding it. We only understand its value when we're in danger of losing it. And looking back, Jessica wasn't the only person who believed I had more together than I actually did. Peers saw it. Other people saw it. Maybe even I wanted to believe it. But behind the music, the cars, the ambition, and the image I was trying to build was a person who was still trying to figure himself out. Looking back, my life wasn't destroyed by one giant decision. It was a series of decisions. One choice led to another. One shortcut created another problem. One excuse made the next excuse easier. I wanted to become an artist. I wanted people to hear my music. I wanted success. I wanted respect. I wanted to escape the circumstances around me. I wanted to become Boss Tuan, the artist, the man, the person I believed I was supposed to become. But somewhere along the way, I started losing pieces of myself trying to become that person. And eventually, I had to face something I didn't want to admit. Sometimes the biggest obstacle between you and a better life isn't your neighborhood. It isn't your job. It isn't money. It isn't the people around you. Sometimes, it's you. And by the time you realize it, you may have already hurt the people who were trying to help you. I shouldn't have done it. Any of it. But this isn't a story about pretending I was innocent. It's about admitting that I wasn't. It's about the choices I made, the people I hurt, the people who tried to help me, the opportunities one almost destroyed, and the lessons I had to learn the hard way. Because sometimes falling isn't the end of your story. Sometimes, falling is where the story finally begins.